Hello everybody, for this video I plan on drawing Dragon Ball characters in different art styles to celebrate the release of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I grew up with these games, and to contain my excitement, I really wanted to do a video drawing our group of Saiyans, Namekians, and humans in art styles ranging from other cartoons and anime. So before we get started, please leave a like on this video, subscribe if you want to see more, and most importantly, I hope you enjoy. We need to obviously start with the late Akira Toriyama's most iconic character, and that's Kakarot, aka Goku, aka Carrot Cake! With me is a long list of other shows that I jotted down somewhat randomly, and I'll be pulling an even more random number to match which style I'll be mixing for Goku. Okay, so we got 13, and on the list that is One Piece. Moving on to the time-lapse, One Piece is one of my favorite anime series of all time, and I think that going with Oda's masterpiece is probably perfect to encapsulate the lightheartedness of Goku. One thing I love about the One Piece style is how expressive the faces are. With the big mouths, the long limbs, and the larger-than-life silhouettes, Oda has definitely created an instantly recognizable art style, just like Akira Toriyama. I decided to keep this pose pretty simple since I'm still learning how to get better at drawing, and poses scare me. But as you can see, I drew Goku holding up his grandfather's Dragon Ball with that big, goofy, Luffy grin that members of the Straw Hat Pirates frequently see. I made sure to make the legs a bit longer since I know that One Piece characters are depicted pretty long, and after finishing this initial inking, I decided to redo it one more time just to make everything a bit cleaner. I usually struggle a lot with deciding colors, but the beauty of this is that I can work with the existing colors of the characters, and that's honestly amazing. After finishing the shadows, we have Monkey D. Goku. This was my first time attempting to draw anything in the One Piece style, and it turned out better than I expected. Next character I'll be drawing is Goku's childhood friend, and my personal favorite character in the entire series, Krillin, that noseless legend. Okay, for Krillin we are going to be choosing, let's see, on the list it's Ben 10, alright. I used to love watching Ben 10 when I was younger and playing through games like Ben 10 Protector of Earth and Vilgax Attacks. I haven't watched any of the other series besides the original one and a little bit of Alien Force. I even remember watching a live action movie that, now that I think about it, I actually don't really remember too much of, but I do remember watching it. But enough about Ben 10, here we have Krillin in his iconic Destructo Disc pose. Ben 10's artwork uses very simple and clean lines with minimal wrinkles shown on the clothing itself. I try to emulate this to the best of my ability. The main features of Krillin are his bald head, the 6 dots on his forehead, and the lack of a nose. The coloring was done fairly quickly due to the simplistic visual style of Ben 10's human characters, and after filling out the remaining shadows, it was time to work on Krillin's ultimate attack. And for such a devastating attack, it doesn't really seem to hit the mark that often. I used a color scheme from one of Ben's classic aliens, Heat Blast, for the Destructo Disc. After adding lighting on Krillin's body, I added some minor particles to boot. But here's Krillin Tennyson. Although this one is pretty simple, I like how it looks all together with the art style, the Destructo Disc, and the particles. Moving on from my favorite character, and we're going to be attempting Goku's son Gohan. Okay, the random number is 5, and looking at the list, that is Sonic the Hedgehog? Man, why did I put this on this list? Moving on to the time-lapse, Sonic the Hedgehog is definitely going to be an interesting style to attempt. But let's see if he ends up looking more like this Sonic, or this Sonic.
No! Wait!
Now I know that I could have taken a look at Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman, since he's pretty much the only one with human-like features that I could think of, but I came to the conclusion that it might be more fun to attempt Sonic's style with Kid Gohan since he'll fit that shape better. I also chose Sonic Mania Adventures as my base art style since I absolutely love how clean the overall show looks. At first, I didn't know what to expect when drawing this weird mashup of styles, and I'm sorry if the final result turns out a bit more cursed than expected. But the main things I tried to incorporate are the big eyes, small mouth, the round stout body, and the thin arms and legs that are accompanied by giant hands and feet. The more lines I put on my tablet, the more fun I was having. It felt nice drawing a character that's proportionally so out there that I didn't have to worry too much about being correct. I ended up drawing pretty loosely and just had a good time. There's not much else for me to say about this process, so without further ado, here is Gohan the Saiyan Hedgehog. Now that we've done Gohan, it's time to move on to his dad. Okay, yes, we did do Gohan's father, but as you know, we have yet to do his dad. Piccolo is another amazing character that I love. Okay, I'll be mixing Piccolo with, the peanuts. Okay, that's interesting. When I think of Demon King Piccolo's reincarnated son, Charlie Brown and Snoopy definitely are not even remotely near the ballpark of what I'd be thinking of. At the very least, I figured this would be easy, fun, and very cute to do. Charles M. Schulz's characters all have a very simple look to them, and that just made working on Piccolo a breeze to do. It honestly felt weird trying to condense all this detail into a few big shapes, but I ended up loving this character a lot more than I expected to. Never thought I would say this, but Piccolo is absolutely adorable. I can just picture this version of Piccolo hanging out with Charlie, Snoopy, and the rest of the gang. Moving on from the Demon King to the Saiyan Prince, Vegeta is next on our list. Okay, that is, let's see, Teen Titans. Man, what a great show. Teen Titans was one of the first few shows I watched when I was younger that made me fall in love with DC characters that weren't named Batman or Superman. Maybe I'll do a rewatch if I can, because I do remember loving this show quite a lot when I was younger. I was pretty excited to attempt to draw Vegeta in this style. However, I didn't really know where to start with this one, so as you can see here, I did a very basic pose for Vegeta for now. I quickly got the inking and the coloring done, but there was something about it that I wasn't a fan of. After taking a longer look at it, the eyes didn't really give me the vibes of that of an elite class warrior. Maybe more so a low class warrior like that loser Kakarot. Now that this basic Vegeta was done with, I wanted to do more. Vegeta has so many iconic moments throughout the Dragon Ball Z series, but the one that gets memed on the most has to be his over 9,000 moments. So I wanted to recreate that pose in Teen Titans style. I moved the base Vegeta over and I started the rough sketch of the new one. Since I had the base Vegeta drawing already done with, I knew this one wouldn't take that long to complete. The rough sketch and the inking came by pretty quickly, but then something didn't look right when I kind of finished it all. I couldn't put my finger on it till I looked at another image of Vegeta's full body during this fight scene, and I realized that I forgot his pads. So I added those right in, and since I was thinking about re-inking anyways, I decided to change up his other hand to make it look less awkward. I definitely think this looks a lot better now. The colors again weren't that bad since I already had the choices I needed to work with. And after a quick addition to the shading, I was done. I'm glad I did two versions of Vegeta instead of sticking with one because I think the first one was a bit too plain. The second one isn't perfect and there's definitely a lot of areas where I need improvement, but overall I'm pretty satisfied. And moving on to our last character, the cast of Dragon Ball obviously won't be complete without Yamcha. Ex-girlfriend, Bulma. 54, that is... Ooh, Gravity Falls? This one should be pretty interesting. I haven't watched too much Gravity Falls when I was younger, but from the little episodes I did, I was enamored with the art style and the story. I think I remember an episode where Mabel fosters a boy band and tries to help them become free. I think that was an episode I saw and not just a fever dream. Anyways, my initial plan for Bulma was to draw her standing up and holding a Dragon Ball in front of her. But the more I looked at it, the more bored I got with that pose, so instead I wanted to switch things up a little bit and give Bulma some much needed company. In the OG series, Bulma and Goku became super close friends through many dangerous and wacky scenarios, so it felt right to give this Bulma a mini Goku of her own as well. The rough sketching to inking went by rather seamless as the overall design of Gravity Falls isn't super complicated. I also had a lot more time than I expected after drawing and coloring and doing the shading of these two, so I tried my hand at doing a background, and you're going to see me get kind of too lazy to finish it near the end, so I kind of stopped halfway through. But here we have Bulma and Goku Pines as they uncover the mysteries of the Dragon Balls in their quaint little town. And there we have it. 6 Dragon Ball characters, 7 if you count the mini Goku, all in different art styles from my childhood. As I said before, I made this because I was so excited for Sparking Zero. I loved Budokai Tenkaichi 2, I played that game like crazy. I also loved Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and I also really loved Tenkaichi Tag Team on the PSP. Man, that game just made so many car rides so bearable. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with these drawings. I still have a lot of cartoons on the list that I didn't cover, and I also have a lot of characters that I still want to do, much like Master Roshi, so maybe another video of this might come out, who knows. Anyways, please give a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, and goodbye.